It's the new #1 against the old #1 as Christian Brothers hosts Whitehaven Friday night in the Commercial Appeals High School Football Game of the Week. The Purple Wave is 4-0 and climbed into the top spot of our poll after last week's 21-14 victory over White Station. And it was typical of the way the brothers have performed this season, getting a good defensive effort and an offense that does just enough to win.
We're preparing like we prepare every week. You know, we went in, looked at film over the weekend. We've got our game plan, our schemes on offense and defense, and we're just trying to get as many reps and practices as this week as we can get in, and hopefully, you know, be solid and be prepared for those guys. We've been making a lot of mistakes on Fridays ourselves, and I think when you put two really good football teams together like you're going to see this Friday night, it's going to come down to who takes care of the football, who probably makes the least amount of mistakes, and who's probably better in the kicking game.
Kevin LeCastro's team has only allowed 34 points all season, which is especially impressive considering the quality of competition the brothers have played. Up front, Lindell Mitchell and Matt Murphy are as good of players as you're going to find, while Stephen Varnado and Southern Mississippi commitment Trent Johnson are two of the best linebackers in the area. And in the secondary, Salem Smith is only a sophomore, but he's a big-time playmaker.
The thing that concerns us most going into the game is how big and strong and physical they are up front. We don't match up very well with them up front. They probably outweigh us 35 to 45 pounds per man, and you know, we've got to play with great pad level, and we got to finish blocks, and we've got to run to the football on defense.
Offensively, the Purple Wave has depended heavily on running back Ryan Easton, who has been remarkably consistent so far this year, topping the 100-yard mark in each of the 4 games. Whitehaven fell out of the top spot after losing to Ridgeway 7-0 last Friday, and it was a game the Tigers would just as soon forget. They had a ton of penalties, and if that wasn't bad enough, 2 crucial interceptions in the 4th quarter.
Eliminating penalties and eliminating turnovers, those self-inflicted wounds can really come back to haunt us, and that's what we've had a challenge with the last 3 weeks. Again, we've had penalties, turnovers, and then this last week a combination of penalties and turnovers, which actually caused us to get our first loss. So we know we're facing a tough opponent, so we're just preparing to play another tough game.
Anybody be a target? No, sir. Is it hard to be a target? Yes, sir. Tigers on 3.
Tiger! Look for Rodney Salisbury's team to come out with a lot of emotion Friday and attempt to establish the running game behind the hard-nosed Julius Lewis. If they can do that, it will take some of the heat off quarterback Jeremy Malone and allow him time to get the ball into the hands of Whitehaven's playmakers.
Going into this week versus Christian Brothers and facing Coach LeCastro and the staff, we just know we're just prepared for playing a fundamentally sound team. So that makes us have to hone in and just become more disciplined, more fundamentalist on our own end, which we've struggled with the past 3 weeks.
The Tigers' defense certainly played well enough last Friday, and they'll need to bring it again this week. Linebackers Charles Harris and Delvin Lane will be key in trying to shut down the CBHS ground game, while Terry Redden will be a real handful for the brothers' offensive front. This should be an intense battle from the opening kickoff. Expect a hard-hitting close contest that will most likely be decided by the team that makes the fewest mistakes. I'm John Varlas, Commercial Appeal High School Sports.